Hi everyone, welcome. Today I am going to do a Luxe Chit chat and get ready with me. I have some new makeup that I want to play with. I got some stuff from Westman Atelier and I want to talk about this topic that was actually inspired by some of you. It is about luxury minimalism, and is it really for me, or maybe is it really for you? So yeah, let's talk about that. I'm gonna pin my hair up or clip my hair up and then we'll get started. Okay, luxury minimalism. Is it for you or is it for me? So it's a little funny because since I did my recent luxury handbags that I sold video, if you haven't watched that, I'll link it up here as well as in the description section down below. You can go and check it out because in that video I actually shared about all the handbags that I have recently sold from my vlog sale, and I have brought my collection down to less than 14 handbags. I used to have over 20 handbags, but now I have 12 handbags that I would say are in rotation, and then 2 handbags out of that 14 are retired handbags. So effectively I have 12. I'm not going to consider 2, but after that video I actually sold another handbag, which is my Valise BB. So I actually have 11 luxury handbags now, and I'm not including my micro bags, just the ones that are, proper handbags. Anyway, after that video, and I got quite a few comments about people saying that, wow, am I, becoming a minimalist? Am I really making my collection more minimal? So after reading some of those comments and getting the comments from my friends as well, I thought I'd address it in a video and discuss what I think about this luxury minimalism or minimalistic movement. I think it's luxury minimalism. And let me start off by saying I am no luxury minimalist. If you've been following me for a long time, my collection goes up and down depending on my mood and also depending on the season and my head space. So there are days that I'll just spend frivolously, like especially during the pandemic time, I went like a lot of bags. And then before that, I was trying to do a little bit of a low buy, even pre-pandemic. And then now I'm sort of trying to bring it down a little bit because I did buy a lot. But yeah, I am not a luxury minimalist, and I honestly don't really buy into the trend. Like, to me, the word luxury, I keep dropping this. The word minimalism to me is quite hype-ish and trendy right now because that's like the thing that everybody seems to be striving towards. And it leans to the notion that less is better, and if you own more, you will be very stressed, and actually more is bad. Before I keep talking about my thoughts on minimalism, it's not that I'm anti-minimalism because it's so trendy right now, and in a lot of businesses and people are latching on that word because it's trendy now, right? It's the hype thing, it's the right thing to do. It just seems, it just doesn't sit right with me. It's quite a loaded word, minimalism. It has so much expectations that if you have more than nothing, then it's bad. And you can only be happy with nearly nothing. So you have to literally let go. That's just how I feel the word is being used nowadays. Because when you watch on YouTube, when you search the word minimalism, you see all these, sharings of, oh my gosh, I only have one t-shirt. I've only got this capsule collection of 2 or 3 pieces and I'm happy. So it always makes such expectation that if the only way you can be fulfilled is that you have less than 5 things or 2 things or 3 things or just 1 thing, and anything more than that, you're excessive, okay? So I just don't buy into the word minimalism. I buy into other words, which I will talk about shortly. So if I don't buy into the word minimalism, doesn't mean I'm on the other spectrum, which is maximalism, or if that's such a word. I'm not into that as well because I get it. When things become way too much, it is very burdensome. Is that a word? Burdensome. and it can be overwhelming, which I have experienced. Like when my handbag collection goes haywire, you know, when I had like nearly 30 handbags. No, I never had 30 handbags. Not at a single go. But when I had a lot of luxury handbags, I did feel like that was too much for my personal use, and that's when I sort of start to declutter. And I get it, you know, I don't want too much. It doesn't mean I'll be a maximalist, but I want to be a minimalist. I don't understand this need to like kind of define what is the number. You know, what's your minimum may not be the same as what my minimum is. I get the movement that, you know, you don't want too many things because it's a lot of clutter in your life, and I personally have felt it. But I feel like the word minimalism is being thrown around a lot. In my recent decluttering, I'm still not in the good books of a true minimalist. Like I said, I still have 20, no, sorry, not 20. I still have 14 luxury bags. And I actually don't strive to be less or be even minimal. So what do I strive towards? For me personally, I'm more inclined to use the word luxury contentment rather than luxury minimalism. Like I said earlier, the word minimalism has a less is best connotation to it, but I feel a better word to use would be contentment, because for contentment, it's more about being happy and being in a steady state of happiness. You're just content, and it doesn't necessarily need to be a minimalist. You could be content with 50 handbags and that makes you happy, then that makes you happy. Doesn't mean that you need to be a minimalist to be happy, to be less is best. Or like for me, when I started to do my decluttering at that point in time, when I started to say, okay, I have too much, I want to be better with my collection, means I'm not content with my collection at that point in time. And I've dwindled it down. But does it mean I want to strive towards the minimalistic, road? No, I am content with my current size of a collection, and that to me, that's the size that's best. Not less is best. Again, I am not against minimalism. I am more for contentment, luxury contentment. And it really depends on where your journey is as well, because maybe 5 years ago, I was content with a lot of luxury handbags and a lot of luxury things. As my journey in this luxury world has, continued, I am finding a different sense of contentment with my collection, a different size, a different design, different things that makes me more content. But I've never wanted to be a minimalist and minimize my collection. Maybe one day I will reach a point where I look, oh my gosh, I'm not only content with my collection, I have very little in my collection. Maybe then the true minimalist will say to me, this is nirvana. We are talking about luxury things, and the way I see luxury contentment is a little bit like having your favorite bougie food. They are the luxuries in life. It's not like your staple rice, pasta. No. They're your luxury meals that you don't eat all the time. So it could be like your Peking duck, your Godiva chocolate, your caviar. Some people would, eat it once and then very quickly they'll crave for it again. So they'll keep having those bougie food, if I'm relating it to luxury bags and luxury stuff. They keep having it again and again, and that's just the way they are. They're not content, or they're content for a shorter period of time because, maybe they just like that lifestyle. They love Peking duck all the time. They love Godiva chocolate all the time. 1 week, and that's them. They're not not to say that they're not content in the moment, but they just want to explore more and more. Whereas for some people, maybe that one Peking duck once a year or every few years will leave them content for longer. So where do I strive? I strive obviously for content for longer. At this moment, I want to have Peking duck. I want to have caviar every 3 to 4 months, because I haven't stretched my contentment time span. I hope to, because I think I am. I think I'm better at it right now. I feel like, since I got my other handbags, which are like my Peking ducks, I am content for longer. But because I love handbags so much, I love caviar and Godiva chocolate so much, that I'm always constantly going like, maybe I want to have a little bit more that. But then, and then I've got to kind of look in my fridge and say that, oh man, I still got all these other bougie food. Either I throw that out, or give it away or sell it away before I stuff my face again with more bougie food. So I'm kind of like trying to balance out the bougie food in my collection, aka the luxury collection that I have. And hopefully over time, I don't do that so much. I don't have so much storage in my fridge to keep all this bougie, aka bougie food. And I just enjoy what I have, or be content for longer once I have that delicious drumstick on my Peking duck. You guys must be wondering, like, what the heck is she talking about? So anyway, what I'm getting at is I prefer to use the word luxury contentment, and I prefer that because to me that's more of a steady state and some place to strive towards, being very, very content with the collection and stretching that contentment for a longer and longer period. I don't prescribe to the word minimalism just because it just denotes that less is best. But who's the judge of that, right? Who is the judge of that? No one. The only person that can say that that is the right amount is you, or me, myself. So when I did my decluttering or shared about the handbags that I sold, I'm very, very happy that I inspired some of you to revisit your collection to see if there was anything that you wanted to let go. But I didn't want any of you to feel guilty that you had things in your collection. I didn't want to come across that I want less because that is best. I feel like a lot of you, or some of you who have commented, they say, oh my gosh, I think I should also look at my collection. But if you are content with whatever you have at that time, before my video went out, then that is what you should be content with. Not watch my video and feel guilty that you have more things, that you're not also decluttering. Maybe that's not the journey for you, right? You will only feel like it's the journey for you if it feels right. When I was doing the sale, it felt right. It felt like, okay, I think I can be content with a few here and there. But if I were to watch all these decluttering videos and they were making me feel guilty, I would just stop watching it, because I don't want to be prescribed something that I'm not ready for. Kind of like I don't want those ideas in my head, because these are luxury items, and having them in your collection is already one step. Like, you've already made the decision to bring those things in your collection. They're expensive items, and selling it is another expensive exercise. And if you're not ready for it to let those things go, it's gonna be a mistake in the future. So yeah, I didn't want some of you to feel bad that you had so many other bags in your collection, or you haven't done a decluttering. But there could be a reason why you haven't done a decluttering, because it's not for you. You are actually content with whatever you have. I'm glad I inspired some of you who are ready. But for those that you are not ready for it, don't feel guilty, because not everyone wants to sell. Not everyone wants to let go. But if you watch somebody letting go, or somebody telling you, oh my gosh, only 1 or 2 bags is good enough, kind of makes you feel guilty that you're not doing the same thing as this other person because it's being prescribed as less is best. So anyway, I just want to come out there to say that luxury contentment is something that I want to strive towards, not minimalism, like some of you may have thought I was going towards. But also, if it inspired you to go towards reducing your collection or readjusting or changing up your collection, maybe take a step back and ask yourself, are you content with your current collection? And if that current collection is a lot of handbags and you're actually content, you don't see any need, but you feel that guilty because you saw something from my channel, no, doesn't mean less is best, okay? It just means that maybe if you're ready for it, you want to revisit it. But if you're not ready, just leave it be. Things are so expensive now that selling is a hassle. Selling, it could be a mistake. Seriously, only sell if you are feeling not content with your collection. You're feeling a little uneasy, you have something, or it could be the other way around, that you're missing something. Like I am missing a bag and I've been talking about it for a while. So I am in a state of non-luxury contentment. I reduced it, I made space because there is something missing in my collection. So I never strive towards going this way. I actually strive going like up here again. And that's the way I like it, okay? So anyway, that is my little Luxe chit chat on this topic. I would love to hear your thoughts on luxury minimalism. Is it for you? For me, it is not. Luxury minimalism is not for me, but I strive towards luxury contentment. I have been on this luxury journey, buying so many kinds of handbags for years and years and years now. I've made mistakes. I have done, good mistakes, bad mistakes, all of them already. And I have reached to a point where I want to be more content with my collection moving forward. And I started this journey probably somewhere, probably when I started my low buy. Pandemic kind of screwed it up a little bit, but that's when I sort of really wanted to revisit my collection and have this low buy. And now I'm moving back into that direction after having my crazy years of shopping. But here I am again. And why I'm not a minimalist? Because I can't do 1-2 handbags, I can't do one watch, I can't do things like that. I have to have variety. And I'm content. Do I want to have 30 bags? The answer is no, because I don't have a lifestyle for that. But do I want to have a few bags? Maybe not as well, because I do enjoy and I love handbags. So yeah, what I want is to be more content, reach that point where I can be happy for longer and just enjoy the variety of the bags that I have, the variety of luxury items that I have. And that's what I believe in, not having like a set less number or less is best. And I'm not here to prescribe that kind of journey for you as well. I'm here to share that we can make mistakes, we can change our minds, we can sell and lose some, maybe make some, and be okay, because this is just luxury. These are just frivolous things in our lives, and we should just enjoy it while we can. So anyway, that's my little thought. I would love to hear your thoughts, and if you haven't subscribed, I do hope you will. If you haven't, hit that like button. If you enjoyed it, please do as well. It'll help me with my channel. Otherwise, everyone, please take care, you stay safe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!